Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to Rimworld, Call of Cthulhu. In the last video, we performed a lot of bionicle upgrades on our individual pawns. We also made Jenny into a specialized sniper. Now, giving her a sniper rifle might be appropriate, but I don't think her abilities actually require a sniper rifle. You can probably do everything still with an assault rifle, so I'm not sure I'm going to upgrade her to this quite yet. Though if we ever do go on any raids, it might be very worthwhile for us having the long range of a sniper rifle. I don't know. I'll consider that a little bit later. In the meantime, I'm thinking we need to start expanding the base out a little bit more, maybe get some more walls off in this direction. We do need to start ramping up our growing operation a little bit more, mainly because I know that I'm going to need to start growing some Devil Strand. If we get up over here, there we go, Devil Strand, the little fungus that turns into a really good crafting material for clothing. But also, if I want to do any of the really high-level scribing efforts, such as creating the Holy Wrath spell for paladins, that does take Devil Strand. So I would like to go ahead and get that a-rolling, but that means I just need a lot more space. Also, we want to get Koro into the party. Got a little bit more resistance to burn down with him, but he's going to need a bedroom, and I don't really have a lot of good spaces for bedrooms left, so we're going to need to make some more space for that too. So basically, just all the reasons in the world, just go ahead and continue expanding. Of course, I'm like, no time flat, and then Angle and Smarty get into a fight, apparently. Okay, he said something about cute animals, and then recreation is zealotous. That's not it. Smarty told a joke about, oh, there we go, walruses, insulted Angle's intelligence, and Angle could not absolutely handle that. Got it. Smarty said Angle was a big dum-dum, and Angle's like, I'm not a big dum-dum, meh! And they just start fighting. All right, get it out of your system. Oh, good. They're done. Love it. Hey, Cody, let's get you over here, because something we can do is set you to auto-heal, so I don't have to come over here and babysit this anymore. And this is something that somebody pointed out to me in the in my Discord direct messages, and I appreciate that. Wasn't aware you could turn this on by default, but yeah, so he should start automatically using this. There we go. See? So I can just park him here for a little bit, and I don't have to worry about it. Now, the downside, of course, of having an automatic is we're using up mana and a cooldown timer, when possibly I would rather, like, manually choose who to heal. Even so, between both Sir Benkai and Cody, we can probably get these guys back up and running in no time flat. Okay, Devil Strand research is done. We can go ahead and start working on mana storage, I suppose. We had talked about possibly doing, like, some batteries to try and have some extra healing on hand if necessary. Portals would be fun if we had an Arcane Mage. I think the way this works is it would allow us to actually create a portal directly between two different colonies, which I assume would work on our new ally, the Boar's Crag, who is the guy all the way up over here. I think these guys might be magical traders based on that symbol. I could be wrong, but I think they might be. So I can imagine having a portal directly between us would be amazing, but without an Arcane Mage, I don't think that works. Still, you can imagine it would be pretty cool. Okay, mana storage is done. We could finally get things like some noble apparel down. Bookshelves apparently takes no time at all to research. We also aren't making our own books, so I'm not sure we really need any of that. Go juice production, other forms of drugs, maybe solar panels. It might be worth finally going for some stuff like brain surgery, or maybe circadian influence. Yeah, let's start working toward this. I wouldn't mind finding out how much we can affect people's sleep cycle, because if that gets me a few extra hours of downtime, well, that just seems like a huge win for me. Alright, base extension is done. We're going to go ahead and expand the growing zone a little bit as well, if we can. Now, I really wish that we had a prisoner who was going to be good at growing with plants. That'd be amazing, but at the very least, having someone who's good with animals and crafting will certainly free up people like Wirstein and others to do other tasks instead. So that's going to have to be good enough, just to relieve pressure somewhere else so we can focus our efforts on more growth. But right now, Wirstein is kind of the only really good grower that I've got, and that is an issue. What we may want to consider doing at some point is actually going on a raid for one of the nearby tribes. We can capture people and either sacrifice them to Dagon, or if we find someone who's either magically gifted or perhaps really good with plants, forcibly recruit them into the party. Oh, we finally got Koro to join! Okay, that took a while, but we finally have somebody. Who am I going to name this after? Let me check. Your name is going to be Shooketh. Let's go ahead and get rid of Koro. There we go. Shooketh. Perfect. Alright, so, Shooketh. You are going to be primarily responsible for cooking, animals, and crafting, and really nothing else. But also, I wanted to use a special gem on you, and that's not currently done. Jenny, tell you what, why don't you go and eat a quick meal? Oh, we're apparently full up on meat, aren't we? Eat a meal real quick and then go work on this, because I definitely want to give that to Shooketh and make Shooketh into my monk. Monk Shooketh. It's great. Helpers for the agency. Lend a colonist for 8 days, gain some medicine or an advanced component to some goodwill and stuff. It's not really that important. And Shooketh has already been initiated. Haha. Angle is extremely convincing when he wants to be. It must be all those mind-reading powers. Alright, Shooketh. You have used the gem, which means now you should also be physically adept, which means we can teach you how to become a monk. Alright, I have no idea what kind of abilities we get with the monk, but there we go. You are indeed now a monk. Sweet. Okay, so what does this all do? That's a lot of special abilities. Okay, hello. So, chi, or spirit, is a life force that resides in all living things. Looks like it just gives you more stamina. Mind over body, which should allow you to ignore damage and increase your consciousness, moving, and manipulation despite being in pain. Meditate. If you are afflicted, meditation and chi will remove the affliction. Wounds, disease, poor mood, and drug addictions. Can you seriously do like a mind over body and cure yourself of gut worms? Because that would be amazing. Let's see, Tiger Strike is a melee thing. Okay, does it say that it needs to be... It does not say that it needs to be with your fists. Oh, wait, yes, must be within melee range and unarmed. So basically, we would want Shooketh to remain unarmed if we are going to make use of this. I don't know. Dragon Strike is a leap, and then Thunder Strike supercharges an attack with enough chi to generate lightning. Wow, okay. So we're never going to give Shooketh a weapon, is what I am learning out of this, if we really want to take full advantage of the monk. And Zealous is throwing a party, probably to welcome Shooketh into the group. Haha, that's actually very nice of you, frankly. You're very thoughtful for the community. Zealous is our community organizer. Who would have known? We do need to still make this synthetic lung, and Jenny has started working on this. So Shooketh is going to join up with our group, and then pretty much immediately we are going to have to go into a major surgery and attempt to replace an entire lung, which is a little crazy, but we'll have to try. Alas, here comes some insects, apparently. We are getting raided by insects. Okay, I see a couple of mega spiders. Is that it? Because I don't consider 2 mega spiders to be a very significant threat. That's like the easiest threat you could have possibly given me. Smarty and Veerstein alone can probably handle this. Speaking of which, they're actually getting dangerously close. Let's get inside the base. Veerstein, would you please go and flick the switch? Are there more? No, it's really just 2 spiders. 2 spiders are coming to kill me. I don't even need to worry about that, frankly. Our turret should be able to finish this off for us. Look at that, see? What kind of a raid is this? This is nonsense. Oh, Cobalt, Lotus, and Jenny are getting married. Oh, okay. Well, this will not be Jenny's first marriage ceremony in this colony, but, wow. I'm kind of curious if Veerstein is going to go absolutely insane and try to wreck the whole thing. Is he going to crash the whole party? He might, or he might be a really good sport about it. I don't know. A cannibalistic supplier. Oh my god, really? Hey, Angle, you want to go talk to the Cannibal Supplier? Let me guess how much human meat you've got. A lot. On the plus side, though, we do have a stock of humans that we could pick from. Not for eating, exactly, but slaves from various different factions. Let's see. Anybody who's really good with plants? You're social and nothing else. Okay. You. Cooking, mining. Alright. You're not a bad character. Next. Nope, nothing with plants. Magically gifted, though. Magically gifted, fast learner, and pessimist. What would I really do with you? I guess maybe turn you into a hardcore crafter? I mean, it's always nice to have more magically gifted pawns, right? That's not the worst idea in the world. Psychically dull, tough. Okay, you are, again, artistic, misandrist, and masochist. No. And a detective who is extremely social, who is staggeringly ugly. Yeah, I don't know about any of those guys, but the magically gifted pawn here, who was formerly a janitor, that's not bad. Pessimist is not nice, because it means you have a permanent mood effect, but we do have a psychic amplifier on Zealous, which should easily counteract this, and if we have fast learner plus a bunch of passions, we could probably turn this into a pretty decent character. So you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and buy you and add you into the group. Let's also sell off some drugs in exchange for her. Yeah? How's that sound? Okay, yeah, some drugs and a load of extra clothes. We walk away with a new colonist as well as a fair bit of extra silver on top of that. Wow, I wasn't expecting to have to deal with another prisoner already. Now, this one is a slave by default, so my question is, can we in some way release you? Or are you all, let's see, emancipate. There we go. Yeah, mark whether or not she is to be freed. A warden will only be able to emancipate when it's toggled on. That is the plan. We are going to emancipate Calixta and add her to the party. Engel, go and emancipate. For once, I'm doing something good and humane. This is excellent. Congrats, you are free, Calixta. Welcome. We have to rename you. This is totally a funny coincidence. Didn't intend on this one, but the name here is gonna be USA Ball. Yep. Let freedom ring, baby! So do you have any particular skills with fighting? No, not really. You can shoot a little bit, but that's kind of it. Even so, I think we're gonna go ahead and just grant you some sort of a weapon. Do we have something useful here? We have an extra charge rifle. That is gonna have to do for now, I think. Let's go ahead and drop that out somewhere and then have you equip that since you're right here. There you go. Okay, and perfect. All good. Oh, we actually have another assault rifle too. Meh, that's fine. Hey, before I forget, let's also go to Shooketh, and we need to replace that there right lung. So we are going to install a right synthetic lung, and hopefully that's going to improve your health quite a bit. Right now, your breathing is down by 50%, which makes sense. You only have one lung. Little hard to live that way. Somehow you're trucking, though. I mean, despite the fact that you clearly are oxygen deprived, you actually have plenty of consciousness. Shocking. All right, this is a bit of a dangerous operation, so I'm hoping this one doesn't go terribly for me. And, oh, looks like it went okay. All right, synthetic lung. You're actually breathing better than ever. Well, I guess this really means we better get some more bedrooms up and running, eh? Let's go for some more structure. Replace some down over here, I think. I don't really need a lot more production space, so yeah, a couple of bedrooms over on this side should not be a problem. Looks like Veerstein doesn't like Shooketh. They immediately got into a fight. You know, this probably means that they're gonna fall in love by the end of this. Oh, they also both leveled up in melee. Wow, that worked. Ooh, a mission to fight some mechs. Lots of them, and I mean lots of them. Holy crap. But anti-grain warheads or resurrector serum. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't think this is probably worth it. I would say normally it is, except the 3 Goliaths scares me a lot. 2 Siege Breakers is reasonable, though. I don't know, do you guys think we could do that one? I mean, anti-grain warheads are amazing and super destructive. It does mean if we get to fight another major wave, we'd probably be able to beat the snot out of them. Just one good shot and boom, they all dead. Still, that is a lot. I didn't mean to hit that. That is a lot of mechs. A lot of big, scary mechs. I'm okay about the turrets. That's no issue. Depending on where the cluster spawns, we can deal with clusters. We found that we can just bomb the snot out of them. It really all just comes down to, are they going to attack me after I've already killed them, or I started bombing them? If they stay put, like they did a long time ago, hey, no problem. If they don't, this is going to be a rough fight. You know, it just occurred to me I could have actually bought some more prisoners just with the intention of being able to sacrifice them to Dagon. Probably would have been worth it, actually. I bet you we would have gotten more value out of it that way. Didn't think about that. Oh well, if we get more prisoners in the future, we can do that. So yeah, quests. Do we do it? I got 7 days left to decide. 3 stars, an extreme quest. And which one I want? The Resurrector Serum, being able to resurrect someone from the dead, is amazing. Anti-grain warheads might be my trump card to get through several more major raids in the future. Possibly. Oh, I think we're going to do it. And I'm going to do it for the anti-grain warheads because as good as Resurrector Mech Serum is, and it is really good, I think I like the idea of doing this better, so we're going to go for it. All right. We should have a mech cluster firing at any moment. There it is. The mechanoids have arrived. Okay, they are all up in the corner. Okay. Far away, that's good. We're going to want to destroy this mech assembler It builds Goliaths? Oh my god. Yes, we need to destroy that ASAP. What are these? Mech capsules. Oh, it contains... Oh, I didn't know this. Oh. Interesting. Contains a number of mechanoids ready to emerge. So there's a whole bunch more mechanoids in this that I don't even know about. Not to mention the mech drop beacons. Turrets don't bother me too much. What's going to awaken these guys? I don't see anything. They usually have like a countdown timer or something, but I don't see one. Unless I'm crazy. Could these guys conceivably just stay asleep forever? Because if that is the case, then I may want to deliberately hold on to these guys with the intention of popping them the next time a really big raid comes down the pipeline. I don't know. I'm looking for it. I don't see any evidence that these guys are ever going to wake up. I think we could literally just ignore these guys as long as we don't do anything to hurt them. We're safe. Weirdly enough. I mean, heck, now that I think about it, why couldn't we just place down a whole load of IED traps around this thing? If it's never going to wake up without me, then I should be able to just walk around here, and as long as I don't attack them or touch them, plant down traps all over the place so that once they wake up, they immediately take tons of damage. I'm not sure I want to do that right now, but in theory, that could be a very effective way of dealing with these things. Well, something I would like to do is go ahead and start making a spell for Arcane Bolt so that Cody can be a bit more help in terms of magical combat. I would also like to go ahead and make Sprint for at least a couple of characters, namely all my fighters. And I think the way that this thing works is you spend stamina, which is this little thing right down here. I've pretty much not used at all. I don't think we have any abilities. No, okay, I take it back. Jenny has abilities that do cost stamina, but I haven't used it on Smarty at all. Anyway, it should use some stamina to make you move faster, and in the right moment, that could be huge. So we're going to go ahead and start making some spells and see if we can get these guys a little bit more powerful. There we go. The spell Arcane Bolt is done. Cody, you should be able to read and learn this. I'm actually curious, can Sir Benkai learn this? No, he can only pick it up. Well, hang on. Sir Benkai. Oh, you can. Oh, interesting. So we could give Sir Benkai a magical ranged ability. I still think it makes more sense to just go ahead and give it to Cody. Actually, another thing out of curiosity, Angle. Angle can read it. But you're not a Wanderer right now, so you can just learn how to do this anyway. Oh. Well, if that's the case, let's give it to Zelotus, because Zelotus is a melee character and having... Wait. Does she do nothing? Read it. No, okay, it can't be applied. Never mind. All right, I was going to say, that seems a little crazy, but no, you can't do it that way. All right. But Cody can learn it, and now he knows how to use Arcane Bolt, which should do a little bit of damage. It's inefficient because of the unrefined nature of the spell, but it can be learned and cast by any mage capable of violence. Oh, interesting. So that Sir Benkai definitely can learn it then. Not sure I really need to, because I kind of want to use Valiant Charge to get him into the thick of things, but yeah. Okay, we do have our fighter skills, so let's go ahead and have Jenny learn how to sprint. So that's done. Wow, what a fun icon that looks like. It's literally a pawn just flying. Okay. Activate or deactivate the sustained combat skill. Increases movement speed, causes exhaustion, requires 30 stamina sustain, reduces generation by 20%. Okay. But again, in the right moment where you can move significantly faster, that could be a literal lifesaver. And we finished the research for circadian influence and all the brain surgery and stuff. Okay. So, let's take a quick look-see at the fabrication bench and find out what's going on with circadian assistant and half-cyclers. So the assistant is an artificial gland, produces chemicals and nanomachines that clear toxin buildup from the brain. Toxin buildup, okay. Rest fall rate minus 20%. So basically people are able to stay awake longer. They don't need as much rest. However, I'm pretty sure if we've already scheduled them for sleeping, they'll probably sleep anyway, so we'd want to remove a couple of hours accordingly to account for that. Okay, good to know. And then the other one, the half-cycler, what does that do? Signal retractor that isolates half of the brain, allowing the other half to sleep while the user remains outwardly awake. By alternating the brain halves, the user never needs to sleep. However, we lose consciousness. Okay. That doesn't strike me as good, because in the really important moments when you need consciousness, you don't want to have that reduced. So between the bunch, I think the Circadian Assistant is probably better. It takes 4 advanced components each. Ouch. That isn't cheap, guys. That is very expensive. An advanced component costs some gold, some steel, and plasteel, and a component. I mean, we can probably go ahead and start making some of these. If we ever want to start really taking advantage of this, I'd love to give everyone a Circadian Assistant. That'd be very, very nice. It'd also be very, very expensive. Angle just got an inspired trade. It's only going to last for another 8 days. Well, I would love to take advantage of that. It makes me think that maybe we want to send Angle on a trip all the way up to our ally at Boar's Crag and see if they do, in fact, have something very valuable that I'd like to buy. Because I can get it for a pretty good price. You stack the negotiation ability plus the inspired trade, I'm going to bet we get a lot of stuff for a steal. Would be pretty cool. It's just a danger of sending people off on their own, especially when I know I have a massive mech cluster over here. So that's still kind of scary, but I think we might be able to do it. So let me try putting together a caravan and see what I actually can, you know, send. Yeah, 2.9 days doesn't seem unreasonable to me once we get on the main highway. And I can bring along a whole load of drugs, some extra thrumbo fur, which I don't necessarily need, tons of leather and some wool, etc., etc. That doesn't seem too bad. This is all lightweight stuff that we should be able to sell for a lot. Heck, we could even bring along the beer. It starts to get a little bit on the heavier side, though, is the only downside. But still, we could sell a lot of that off, too. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to try this. Because we've got Angle ready to go. And with an inspired trade, I mean, this should go a really, really long way, I think. So let's try. All right, the farming area is finally expanded, which means that Veerstein can get in here and start growing some devil strands, as well as some additional food. We've been running a little bit low on vegetation for kibble and everything else. So some carrots, a little bit more corn, a little bit more asparagus and stuff, maybe a little bit more heel root as well. Should be fine, but mostly I'm just interested in that devil strand. And I actually think this might be a place to end this here video. We've expanded a fair bit, and we do have a very important trade mission on the way, hoping we get something great out of this. Realized I once again forgot my bed rules. I forget that every dang time. It's so frustrating. But anyway, yeah, so looking pretty solid here. Still protecting this monument, and we have a looming, you know, deadly threat. But I really don't think there's any way these are going to wake up unless something makes them wake up. So we got all the time in the world to try and get these guys nice and contained until we feel safe, and then we can unleash ever-loving hell upon them. Hopefully, with some new magic that we're going to learn from the Boar's Crag. One can only hope. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.